Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Amy Perry, and our guest is Miss Mary Ann Wines. She is the owner and broker of Real Estate Professionals of Destin, the managing partner of Destin Fishing Fleet Marina, and last and certainly not least, you are the incoming chairman for the 2013 Board of Directors of the Destin Board.
That's correct.
I bungled that, but you got a lot to do next year.
Yes.
But I think you're up for it.
Excited about it, Amy. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I know we just finished our board retreat and a lot of good things came out of that. So I'm going to try to focus on that if you don't mind. What, tell me a little bit about, tell everybody else a little bit about what happened at our retreat.
Well, we did our strategic planning, and one of the main things that we focused on was the 6 pillars. And the 6 pillars is a program that actually the Florida Chamber came up with because the state of Florida is supposed to have a comp plan, and the state of Florida has not done a comp plan, so the Florida Chamber decided that they would do it for them. So they created the 6 pillars, and the 6 pillars, and I have to read it because I don't have it memorized, but the 6 pillars are talent, supply, and education. And then there's innovation and economic development, infrastructure and growth leadership, business climate and competitiveness, civic and governance systems, and quality of life and quality places. And those 6 pillars put in place, if we can strengthen those and measure those and build upon those, yes, that's going to make Destin, well actually that's going to make the state of Florida the best it can be so that we can compete in a nationwide market. So what we've done is we've adopted that in Destin, and we've put that as being our goal. So we've adopted the 6 pillar program in Destin. In addition to that, we've reached out to the other 3 area chambers, the Niceville, the Fort Walton, and the Crestview, and we've created an Okaloosa County 6 pillar program. So we're real excited about the direction that it's taken because we really feel like that we can impact our community and just make it a better place to work and live and play.
Work, live, and play. And all those, as you were reading those, I've heard them before obviously, but it sounds so obvious, but until you really focus on it, you're not going to make anything happen. So I applaud Florida for doing it. I applaud the Destin Chamber, the Florida Chamber, and the surrounding chambers for really focusing on that. What is your goal for our chamber for next year?
Well,
I know you have many, but just narrow it down to like maybe.
Well, the biggest thing to me is quality of life. I think that when you look at the chamber, you think networking and you know rah and let's all get together, but it's so much more than that. We impact government. We're over 900 businesses strong. So when we come together in a community, you're talking about the people, you're talking about the movers and shakers, the people who've invested in the community, the people who are making things happen, and the people who have bought houses, brought employees, and that are housing employees.
People that have a stake in the success of the community.
So these people really want where they live to be the best it can be. And so the chamber looks at all that. It's a great opportunity to meet people and to market your business and meet and greet, but so much more than that. And my goal is to really bring out the chamber's role as far as being able to impact our community and making it a better place to live. Like you can improve on Destin, but you always can.
Sure. And by attracting more different and varied businesses. Tell me a little bit about the committees. I know we have 4 committees that we're focused on, and we have some ideas came out of the retreat. Can you just briefly mention those?
For example, we have a harbor committee, and of course, the harbor committee is near and dear to my heart. I've been the chairman of that in the past, and so what we had to do is we had to take a multitude of ideas that we wanted to see happen, and we had to narrow them down. So for the harbor committee, we've narrowed it down. We want to be the voice for Noriego Point. If nothing else happens in our community, we want to see Noriego Point be stabilized, and we're going to make that. We're going to make sure that happens. The other thing is the Destin Chamber was huge in the implementation of the boardwalk, and a lot of people don't realize how much the chamber did to make that happen, but the chamber was right there on that process all the way making that happen, and we're going to expand on that boardwalk and make that go. Then of course we've got the Community and Economic Development Committee.
Important committee.
Yep, and we've already written a resolution, this year already, telling the city of Destin, we really want you to start, we've already got zoning in place. How about let's enforce that? Let's make sure that we're
Great
doing
idea.
our job down there. And you know, we want to be an advocate for tax incentives. We've got a membership committee, and so we've got some things that we want to do to help the membership. And we've got a marketing committee. And one of the coolest things that I think, and this is typical chamber stuff, but anytime 98 is a primary road in Destin. Anywhere you go in Destin, I mean, I have a real estate office, so people come in my office all the time and they go, I'm trying to find, and they can't find it. So we're going to set a mile marker. We're going to do an adopt a milestone marker.
Great
and so
idea.
starting at the Destin Bridge, it'll be hopefully every half mile to every mile. And we're going to do a milestone program where people, like for example, Harbor Docks, instead of saying, you know, I'm 3 miles past the Destin Bridge, he can go, I'm right in between the 3 and the 3.5. You can't miss me. And people can go right there.
Know where they are. Very ambitious goals, but I know you, Marianne, and I think that you will accomplish all of those and probably 15 more. Okay.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you for joining us. I know you'll be back next year. I've got to read the upcoming events, but
Sure.
we'll see you next year.
Sure.
Okay. Upcoming events, December 4th, the Destin Area Chamber Holiday Party is at Poppy's Timeout in Destin Commons. That will be 6 p.m. until. Cocktails, food, live music, networking, door prizes. Please RSVP, and the cost is $30. January 18th, the Destin Area Chamber Annual Banquet, Installation Awards, Emerald Coast Convention Center. That's 6 p.m. until. Dinner and tables are available. Please RSVP. The cost is $79 per person, $740 per table of 10. January 26th, the 3rd annual Bayou Bay and Back Race Half Marathon, 10K and 5K. The Half Marathon and the 10K are both certified. Races, Clement Taylor Park in Destin, and sponsorships are available. Volunteers are also needed for that. March 5th, the Multi-Chamber Business Expo, Emerald Coast Convention Center, 4 to 7 p.m. Booth space is available. For any information regarding these events, please contact Susie Nicholson Hunt at 850-837-6241 or Susie Hunt at DestinChamber.com. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.